Frigid Friday. The bitter cold is on our doorstep and the snow chances ramp up over the weekend. Our weather impact alert breaks down the threats, impacts, and timing for this major winter storm.
Bracing for a winter blast.
We have been out there pre-treating.
The plan of attack of snow plows and salt trucks on both sides of the river, plus the warning for drivers.
No errand and no activity is worth risking your life or risking the lives of others or any of us.
5 on your side at 10 starts tonight with a weather impact alert. It's cold and calm right now, but we're only 36 hours out from a massive winter storm that will dump several inches of snow on the bi-state and bring dangerous cold. Thanks for joining us. I'm Mike Bush.
And I'm Kelly Jackson. A winter storm warning and cold weather advisory will go into effect about 24 hours from now. We have live team coverage tonight preparing for what could be a historic weather event. Let's get first over to Weather Impact Chief Meteorologist Scott Connell on the latest forecast model runs just coming into the Weather Center.
You know, we've been looking at a lot of data tonight, Kelly, and kind of trying to digest that and making sure our forecast is still on track and everything is still lining up for this to be a significant winter storm. If you have travel plans tomorrow, I think we're okay getting in and out of St. Louis and Lambert, but if you have them on Saturday, especially later in the day into Sunday, there's going to be some big time air travel issues. So we have a 3-part problem here. First part's the bitter cold. That's on the way in here right now. That cold air is in northern Missouri. It's headed into St. Louis. By tomorrow morning, single digits, we will be below zero on the wind chills all day tomorrow, right through the weekend. First wave of snow, 10 o'clock until 5 o'clock on Saturday during the day. That's about 1 to 3 inches. Not a huge amount Saturday during the afternoon. That will impact travel. Second wave of snow, though, is coming about 10 o'clock midnight Saturday night until about 3 or 4 o'clock on Sunday. Some of that snow is going to fall at more than an inch an hour, and it's going to pile up. That's when travel is going to become abysmal across the area, if not completely impossible. We're talking upwards of a foot of snow from the St. Louis area down to the south. There will be some spots south of St. Louis that end up with more than 14 inches of snow. North of St. Louis, we're going 5 to 8 inches. The system responsible for this just pushing onto the west coast right now. It is already starting to break out across parts of West Texas into New Mexico. It's heading our way, and it is going to be a big storm this weekend. Get your errands done tomorrow. You probably have some time early on Saturday. After that, travel is going to be problematic.
Within the last 4 hours, Missouri Governor Mike Kehoe signed an executive order declaring a state of emergency.
This allows the state to respond quickly to support local communities. And tonight, the governor is asking Missourians to stay informed, plan ahead, and use extreme caution.
The next couple of days, our state is facing a significant weather event. And when the weather event is in almost all 114 counties across the state, it's challenging for our state and your communities to keep our roads clear. Please, if you can, stay off the road. Let these men and women who know how to get the roads safe for our families do their work.
The Missouri State Highway Patrol is echoing that warning for drivers. 5 on your side's Laura Barcheski continues our live team coverage right now with how MoDOT and IDOT are in contact with one another as we tackle this storm as a region. Laura?
Kelly, MoDOT and IDOT are taking slightly different approaches when it comes to applying that chemical, that de-icer salts to the roadways, but both agencies say they're going to have all hands on deck. The Missouri and Illinois Departments of Transportation are getting their staff and equipment ready ahead of this winter storm. MoDOT says across the state they will have around 3,000 people working 12-hour shifts until they can get roads back to near normal conditions.
But that could be into next week because the temperatures are not going to get much above freezing and there isn't going to be any sunshine until middle of the week next week.
MoDOT says they plan to work on major roads with the most traffic first.
It's going to take a while. It's going to take us a little longer to get those major roads open, and then certainly by the time we get to our secondary roads, we'll keep working on those.
Because of the type of snow forecasted paired with the wind speed, IDOT is concerned it could blow right back onto the road after they clear it.
8 miles an hour will be enough to blow this around most likely. We have forecast with gusts into the 20s. So at a certain point, anything over 4 is going to be problematic.
Most chemical de-icing treatments do not work below 10 degrees. However, MoDOT is planning on putting down some treatment in certain areas.
When you have traffic that stops at a red light or at a signal and it sits there for a little bit, and it has the tendency to actually melt a little bit of the snow and refreeze, that's where they felt most comfortable in those urban areas. Let's put a little bit of treatment down.
IDOT did selectively treat a few bridges, but stopped as the forecast changed.
All those variables suggest that if we put chemical down in front of the storm, we could actually make the situation worse, meaning the pavement would get covered more quickly and have the potential of actually forming ice on the pavement.
MoDOT is going to have an update on their winter storm operations at 1 o'clock tomorrow. And if you do have to get out there and drive, the Missouri State Highway Patrol is going to have increased enforcement, but they also want to let you know it's going to take you a lot longer for them to get to you if you do run into trouble out there. So pack your car accordingly. Reporting live in St. Louis, Laura Barcheski, 5 on your side.
MoDOT and IDOT won't be alone on the roads this weekend. St. Louis City and County have their own teams heading out, and they're employing new strategies after last January's storm caused major travel troubles. The city says they've already put down pre-treatment and will have 48 plows deployed when the snow starts.
On the front end, the pre-treatment. We have been out there pre-treating. We're going to continue to pre-treat through the snow event.
City officials say residential streets will be a bigger focus than last year, but crews will first clear the major snow routes. In the county, pre-treatment begins Friday night with 180 plow operators working through the weekend.
We also checked tonight with St. Charles County. Crews are already out pre-treating roads. 50 plow trucks and 72 drivers will hit the streets this weekend. They'll cover 36 routes covering 1,700 lane miles. They have 18,000 tons of salt ready to go.
Preps are underway in Jefferson County, where up to a foot of snow is possible.
And that is where we find Brent Solomon. He is live tonight with the message from emergency leaders urging people to get ready now. Brent.
Well, I'll tell you what, first responders here in Jefferson County are getting ready for a race against the clock. They're getting all of their resources, putting them in position, collaborating with other departments in the county, all to make sure everyone is prepared before the first flake falls. The calm before the storm is fading fast. As an Arctic front surges in, people across our region are rushing to the pumps.
I'm actually filling up the gas cans right now for the generator at the house. You got to be ready, man. That's the way to do it.
While preparing for possible power outages, Caleb Watson also sees green in the white stuff.
I actually snowplow around here, so it's going to be pretty good, but
it'll be good for business.
It'll be good for business around here for sure.
But for emergency management leaders, the focus is on safety. Jefferson County is preparing for more than a foot of snow.
Well, they did bump the amounts we were looking at up a little bit this afternoon, so we're expecting anywhere from 6 to 13 inches of snow right now.
Crews will get to work Friday across Jefferson County, treating the roads, making sure conditions are somewhat manageable, but they're really saying you can help them by not going out at all. And for 17-year-old Christopher Neff, the prospect of a travel standstill is welcome news.
Classes usually get canceled even over an inch of snow, so this 8 to 10 inches I've been hearing, we'll probably be off school for a few days. I love the snow. I love getting out, playing in it, going sledding and stuff.
The first wave expected Saturday morning, with the main event potentially arriving later that day into Sunday.
But again, that's where it comes down to just asking folks to please limit any travel that they need to do, stay home if they can.
We're probably just going to stay inside. There's no reason for us to get out, so we're just going to stay inside, stay safe.
Now, beyond the snow, the cold is the big story over the next few days. Officials say now is the time to winterize pipes and stock the pantry. Live in Jefferson County, Brent Solomon, 5 on your side.
Tow truck drivers also know they will be in high demand when the snowstorm hits.
5 on your side's Robert Townsend continues our live team coverage with a look at how one company is preparing.
Mike and Kelly, those trusty tow truck drivers are the guys you call if your car breaks down or if you're involved in a weather-related accident. Today I talked to 2 veterans who are definitely ready for this weekend's snowstorm. At Ambition Towing Services in downtown St. Louis,
Beginning Friday, we'll start running around the clock.
Jonathan Heck and his team's top priority right now is preparing for a potentially big snowstorm this weekend.
We'll keep the trucks warm and running. We'll make sure that, we have extra supplies that go on the trucks.
Long before their 5 trucks take off and crisscross the metro in the snow,
J-hooks are good for recoveries and also tying down equipment.
the seasoned drivers first double check all cables and straps on their 18,000 and 23,000 pound trucks.
It'll be tough everywhere. I mean, we're big trucks, we got weight, so it does help, but you know, driving in these conditions are risky to anybody.
Several inches of snow and an Arctic blast are expected to hit our region. These guys know weather-related accidents, stranded drivers getting stuck, or sliding off slick roads are inevitable.
Stay slow, keep momentum, and just leave space in between everybody.
They say if you must drive this weekend, pack some essentials.
Keep a blanket in your car. Keep a flashlight, maybe any kind of signal light in case you do slide off the road.
If you have any leaks or anything like that, try to keep an eye on things and just exit the vehicle as quickly and safely as possible.
The road-ready tow truck drivers will be on the go all weekend long, tracking all emergency calls via their apps and laptops.
When we get the call, we click on the call. We find out how many cars or what vehicles we're getting. So it's always best to just be prepared for a long day's work.
And Heck also says he and his guys will rotate on 12-hour shifts throughout the snowstorm. Live in St. Louis, Robert Townsend, 5 on your side.
Our team of meteorologists are constantly providing updates now on our free streaming app. 5 on your side will be here throughout the weekend to get you through this winter storm. We're going to keep you safe. You can watch our extended weather impact alert storm coverage both on air and on streaming. To download the app, just pick up your phone and scan the QR code on your screen. You can also get the latest weather impact forecast anytime on your phone. Text the word weather to 314-425-5355.
A wrong-way driver stopped in his tracks. A Missouri State Trooper's maneuver to keep others safe. Preparing your home for the deep freeze.
You're going to direct the heat on that pipe with the faucet open.
The steps to take if your pipes get too cold to handle.
Some of us actually drop below zero at times through Monday, and it's certainly going to feel like it for everybody. Add in the snow, which might be heavy at times. It is going to be a rough weekend. We'll see you in 6 minutes.
A wild scene hours ago on Interstate 70 in North St. Louis. A Missouri State Trooper stopped a wrong-way driver by intentionally crashing into his car. This happened in the westbound lanes near Branch Street. The driver got out and ran off. Police arrested them nearby. The trooper was taken to the hospital to be checked out, but authorities add he was not seriously hurt.
Jury deliberations will resume tomorrow morning in the federal fraud trial of former St. Louis Alderman Brandon Bosley. The jury got the case late this afternoon and began deliberating. Bosley can be seen here just hours ago leaving the courthouse. Now, he's accused of inflating a car repair estimate and then lying to the FBI. Bosley faces 5 federal felony charges.
Tonight, the mayor of Riverview remains behind bars on a $1 million cash-only bond. Hours ago, a judge denied Mike Cornell a bond reduction. He faces several sex crime charges, including statutory sodomy and possession of child pornography. Cornell is due back in court next month. Well, tonight, Spire is ensuring customers it's prepared for the major winter storm headed to the bi-state.
The utility points to its resilient infrastructure and strong supply of natural gas. Officials say they're beefing up staff and will have workers available around the clock to respond to any issues. With the frigid temperatures, customers will use more gas. If you need help with your gas bill, you can always call 211 for assistance. Plumbers are urging homeowners to take action now on protecting their pipes before the sub-freezing temperatures set in. This includes insulating your pipes, opening cabinet doors, and letting faucets slowly drip. If your pipes do start to freeze, you'll want to shut off your water ASAP. You can use a heat gun, a hair dryer, or space heater.
Essentially, if you think that a pipe is frozen, then you're going to want to get access to that line, and you're going to hold this, I don't know, 8-10 inches away from that pipe. You're going to direct the heat on that pipe with the faucet open. And if it's going to restore flow, it may take 10 minutes or so, and you'll start to see that water's flowing.
Use those heat sources unattended. Once your pipes are thawed, check for cracks and leaks. You can get more tips right now on our free streaming app. Watch our weather impact special, Preparing for the Storm on Demand. Just search KSDK in your TV's app store.
Volunteers at an East St. Louis animal shelter are combing the streets for stray dogs ahead of this weekend's winter storm. Gateway Pet Guardians Operations Director Jill Henke says the already packed shelter will be even more crowded this weekend to protect dogs from the freezing temperatures.
A lot of them are underweight, not in great health anyway. So the cold coupled with the large amount of snow we're expecting becomes really, really difficult for them to survive.
The shelter is asking for short-term fosters to provide some relief during the storm so they can focus on getting more strays out of the cold.
The winter storm is not putting the brakes on the St. Louis Auto Show. The 4-day event kicked off today at America Center. Today, organizers posted snow or shine. The St. Louis Auto Show will be open. They're urging car enthusiasts to drive safely and enjoy the warmth inside the convention center. The show will run through Sunday. The winter storm has organizers postponing other events until next weekend. That includes the Del Mar Loop's 19th annual Ice Carnival and the winter markets at Tower Grove Park and the Boulevard in Richmond Heights. You can stay up to date on school, church, and event closings this weekend on KSDK.com. Just text the word closings to 314-425-5355 for the latest link, and you can register your organization.
Chief Meteorologist Scott Connell's back with the latest on the winter blast, putting us in weather impact alert over the next several days.
Yeah, it's not just because of the snow. I mean, the cold air is coming. It's almost here. Temperatures are beginning to drop now, but the really cold air arrives after midnight. We will be down around 10 tomorrow morning and probably not move much during the day. We have 14 for the high, 12 on Saturday. Your wind chills go below zero. Then the snow arrives as we head into Saturday and on into Sunday. It'll taper off late Sunday. There won't be a whole lot of melting going on as we go into next week either. Amounts, everybody wants to see this map. We've really kind of honed in on that 8 to 12 inch range through the metro. It's not going to surprise us if a few spots get over that in this band. We think the better chance of seeing 12, 13, 14 or more inches of snow would be over southeast Missouri. If this storm were to track just a little farther north, that would increase our chances for some of those higher totals. 5 to 8 inches farther north of St. Louis, but not that far north. Timeline on this, well, the bitter cold is here all day tomorrow into tomorrow night, but it is dry. We will have wind chills below zero. Daytime Saturday. The morning should be fine. Snow develops around or by lunchtime. All the snow is going to stick, but it won't be especially heavy on Saturday. There's a break Saturday evening, then the periods of snow really pick up. Heaviest after midnight towards dawn. Your travel conditions are going to be horrendous late Saturday night through midday on Sunday. The snow will end midday Sunday, but those travel problems will persist. And not only for us, look at the deep south with this icy mix. A lot of power outages expected to the south of us. The heaviest snow band just to our south. And again, our southern counties, it's not going to surprise us if we pop some places into a 14, 15, 16 inch snow total out of here. Metro, probably less than a foot, but we're going to be pushing it in some cases. Here it is evolving as we go through Saturday, especially into Saturday night, late Sunday morning. That's when the heaviest snow is going to fall across our area. It will be winding down Sunday afternoon. A little bit closer here. Remember, we have that northeast breeze, so the dry air is eating this leading edge of the snow. It takes a while for that to overcome it. We think it's about lunchtime when we start to see some accumulation. Maybe 1 to 3 inches by sunset Saturday, a bit of an evening break, and then watch this. Holy cow, look at all the dark blue in here. This is heavy snow. It will snow at the rate of an inch an hour or more at times. We may even hear some thunder. Sunday morning travel is going to be abysmal, and then it winds down later Sunday afternoon. Again, 8 to 12 inches all across the central part of our viewing area. That includes 44, Rolla, all the way up into St. Louis, out 70, out 64, and going down 55, it's going to be problematic as well. Right now, we're already down to 27 degrees. The winds are going to be picking up here very soon. They will start to get gusty after midnight. By tomorrow morning, your temperatures are down into the single digits north of St. Louis, around 10 in town. And look at these wind chills. Brutal. We're below zero wind chill wise, not only tomorrow during the day, but all day tomorrow, all night tomorrow night, all day Saturday, Saturday night, Sunday, Sunday night, and into Monday morning. So that's why we have the weather impact alert, not only for the snow, but for the bitterly cold temperatures and wind chills. And then we'll be looking at more cold air for the middle of next week. You get a little bump on Tuesday, but then we're back around 20 for highs Wednesday and Thursday.
The snow's not going to melt.
It's not going very far, no.
All right, Scott, thanks. Corey is next with sports.
Well, Mizzou has a portal update. The Battlehawks have a schedule, and City SC addresses the Klaus rumors in the air. Sports is on deck after the break.
This 5 on Your Side Sports Report is sponsored by FanDuel Sportsbook. FanDuel is now available in Missouri.
It can be easy to get a bit dizzy during the college football portal season. Here's my advice. Don't get too excited until the dust officially settles. But with some of the big moves Mizzou has made, it's hard not to get caught up in the madness. Today, their biggest departure found a new home. Defensive end Damon Wilson is joining the national runner-up Miami Hurricanes. Wilson was ESPN's 9th-ranked player in the portal and had 9 sacks last season for the Tigers. The portal may also give it. Electric Ole Miss receiver Caden Lee has been linked to Mizzou as a possible destination. If it happens, he would reunite with quarterback Austin Simmons. Speaking of Simmons, here's what Coach Drinkwitz told Frank Cusimano about the new Tigers quarterback.
It's going to be an awesome competition between Austin and all the other quarterbacks, but he is a dynamic playmaker, obviously got tremendous arm talent. Unfortunate injury for him this year and kind of got replaced by the hot quarterback, but tremendous decision maker, very good accuracy, very good arm talent.
SLU basketball is back on the court tomorrow. They'll face a St. Bonaventure team sitting at 1-5 in conference play. The 18-1 Billikens are on a 12-game win streak, and Coach Schertz wants his team to keep learning with every matchup.
That's the way this works, and everything is about taking the lessons forward, grow, learn, apply them, and fly those forward. And now we got to get ready for really what I think will be a sold out Olean St. Bonaventure and national TV game, and as a nationally ranked team, and we'll have our hands full Friday night.
Well, the Cacaws are just about back, folks. The Battlehawks have a new head coach, have assembled a new roster, and now they have a 2026 schedule to talk about. Things get started at the Dome on Saturday, March 28th, as the Battlehawks host the rival Defenders at 11 a.m. Another schedule highlight, with a new team in Louisville, the Battlehawks will play a Thursday night game there on April 30th ahead of Kentucky Derby weekend. The Dome has hosted the last couple UFL championship games. We do not know yet if they will host the title game in 2026. City SC picked the perfect time to start training camp down in Florida. They escaped the cold temps and incoming snow for some Florida sun. However, the big question around the club is still the future of their star striker, Klaus. Rumors have been swirling that a move to LA is in the works. Here's what the head coach had to say about all that talk.
He's with us in camp, and right now, like, there's a lot of rumors going on, and I won't comment on that. There is nothing happening on our side.
Lindenwood Hoops, the Lions hosted Tennessee Tech tonight and were flying right from the jump. Aeneas Futrell, 4-point play. Lions start the game on a 21-5 run. Shortly after, Futrell going to hit again, this time from way downtown. He had a game-high 25 points. Let's do one more highlight for good measure. Dontrez Williams, breakaway slam. Lindenwood wins 89-68 to move to 6-3 in the OVC. Tomorrow marks 2 weeks until the opening ceremony of the Winter Olympics in Milan Cortina. Hey, I know that guy. I'm headed to Italy next week to cover the games. You can catch all the Olympic action right here on 5 on Your Side. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Mike Bush with today's Postcard STL. You know, St. Louis has had plenty of snow, but there's one storm that still wins every back in my day argument. That was January 30th, 31st, 1982. The National Weather Service calls it a 1 in 70-year snow event, and it basically paralyzed a region. Here's a detail most people don't know. Up to 4,000 motorists were stranded on highways. Not running late, stranded. The airport, Amtrak, bus service shut down. Schools, businesses, and government offices canceled for up to a week, even after the snow ended. And it wasn't just the amount, it was the chaos. The National Weather Service notes snow drifts up to 6 feet and even says the storm wasn't well forecast, so most people just expected a few inches. They declared snow emergencies. Even the Missouri National Guard was brought in to help. So the next time snow hits St. Louis and everybody loses their minds, just remember 1982. That is today's Postcard STL.
And Jennifer Blome famously
Walked into work.
Into work.
Yeah, she had to get here. Someone.
Yes.
Someone had to do that. Yeah, we're going to be here this weekend. So, and here's the thing, you know, in this particular scenario, if you got stuck on the roads with temperatures, what we're looking at here, going down into the single digits at night, and the wind chills well below zero, that can become a significant threat for you. It can become life-threatening. So that's why we're saying very late Saturday night into Sunday, travel is going to be extremely difficult here. In the meantime, tomorrow's dry. You'll have no problems getting around, but it will be cold. Wind chills are below zero all day tomorrow.
And remember, you can get constant updates on this winter storm on our free streaming app. And there you have it, 5 on your side at 10.
Start your day with Today in St. Louis at 5 a.m. Have a great tomorrow.
Stay safe.